I've been struggling to even want to try anymore. Any idea how I can stop being stuck here? I can't tell you how many times I wanted to throw in the towel on my journey. I can't tell you. There are so many times that life is going to kick you in the teeth or kick you square in the pants, and you've got to figure out a way to push through. One of the key attributes of where I think I've been able to overcome so much in my life is the same thing that I think that you can use to do the same thing. And that is this: get back up. Get back up. No matter how many times life throws a curveball at you, no matter how many times things don't go your way, or you don't get the promotion you wanted, the relationship failed that you had, or you're not clear on your own purpose in life, you've got to keep fighting. You got to keep going, and you can't stop. Why? Imagine this. 20 years ago, when I wanted to take my own life, I couldn't imagine while I was sitting atop a bridge what that life would mean, what that life would look like. And if I'd thrown in the towel, what would life today look like? I wouldn't have the love of a family. I wouldn't have amazing team members with amazing businesses. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. There is something deeper and there's something more inside of you that has to be discovered. And I'm sorry, but the only way to discover that is to go through adversity and pain. I wish there was another way, but I have yet to find one. I have yet to find anything that comes out that doesn't come out of adversity and struggle. Why? Because those are the things that motivate us to get off the porch. Those are the things that motivate us to actually take another step. And if you'll develop that, you will also develop 3 very important things. The first of which is confidence. Once you face storms, you have the confidence to face new ones. The second thing is experience. Once you have the experience to help and learn, it also gives you empathy and understanding to actually have the experiences you need to prepare the steps you need to do so you can also help other people. And the third thing, it gives you a taste of what life can be like when you push through, when you get back up over and over and over again. That's the definition of going from stuck to unstoppable. Being stuck is nothing more than a minute season. Becoming unstoppable, that's a mental attitude where you simply keep getting up. And I know you can do it. And I'm here to help you along with my team. We're here to help you keep doing it. You keep plugging away and we'll keep plugging away with you. This next question, I'm going to take my time a little bit, try to answer the best I know how, because to me, it's a very sensitive one, and it is this. I know you're a person of faith, but should it be part of my life? What should I do? I can honestly tell you that I am a person of faith. I've been a Christian now for almost 20 years. I began my Christian journey while trying to clean a litter box and trying to earn $50 from my little brother. Why? Because I had been homeless for a while and had no income to speak of. I had a divine encounter that I could not explain. Even now on the camera, it would take way too much time to take you into that story. I'd love to share it with you sometime though. That being said, it taught me that I had to tap into a power that was greater than myself. It wasn't long after that I founded the first company, CHE, while I was then sleeping in a borrowed friend's car. That then became the resource tool to help me come to you today to hopefully give you some education that will hopefully empower you to do some amazing things all of your own. So what does that mean? Should you make it part of your life? That's really hard for me to say. Why? Because I found out when people were pointing their fingers at me and trying to tell me I should believe a specific thing or believe a specific way, that caused more pain than anything else. It caused more confusion than anything else. So what worked for me? I started the journey for myself. I started asking the questions and I started researching. I started researching and finally going and actually intentionally going past the validity of the answers that I wanted. So many times we get stuck at looking at the answers that we want to hear so we don't have to acknowledge maybe things that we're not proud of. I've discovered there's no freedom in that. What I've discovered is that those that search find, and those that find reap the benefit of blessing along the way. So when you ask me whether or not you should become a person of faith, I would love to have that discussion with you one-on-one or at an event or whatever. I'm not going to give you the exact answer because I can't speak for your heart, but I can remind you that it's your choice. It's your focus that's going to require you to dig deeper and ask those questions. We'd be happy to answer any other questions that come up along with that. But I believe that faith is a powerful resource that when tapped into can make you unstoppable. Okay, guys, today's question is how do I know if I have the right people around me to help me move forward? So there's an interesting little tool that I share with my daughter, and I went ahead and took the time to kind of show you what I mean. What I would do is I would take the time to list out 5 or 6 different people that you spend the most time with. Okay, now these are people that you spend time with now, not people you just talk to via text every now and again. All right, simply rank them from 1 to 5 on how much value they add to your life. Okay, 1 meaning they take away, when you get around them, you feel emotionally drained. You don't feel like you really want to kind of like do much of anything. And then 5, these are people that give you education, energy, and experience and wisdom. Okay, simply rank those numbers and then figure out where they come up with. Right. So if I have a 3, a 2, a 3, and a 1, these are people that are probably not going to be in my new inner circle. These are people who I'm going to politely excuse out of love for the time being until they actually get some healing and some health on their own. Okay. Contrastly, if I've got someone down here that's going to be a 5 and even a bonus level 6, if somebody's just simply amazing, like a grandparent or a mentor of some kind, then I'm going to want to spend more time with these people. Okay. I like to think of relationships a lot like a bullseye. The center circle is my inner circle. These are people that can be close to me on a regular basis. A lot of times only 2 or 3 people. Okay. The next circle is going to be my 4s and 5s. These are people who are okay to hang out with every now and again, but not people I'm going to spend a lot of time with on a regular basis. Okay. The outer circle are people, my 1s and my 2s. These are people who are dangerous for me to hang out with. In other words, they steal from me more than they give. They don't give me any kind of effort to show that they're going to be healthy. I would dare say in some cases, these become toxic friendships and relationships. So those are 2 specific tools that I think can help you identify in a very easy way whether or not you're surrounded by the right people to help you keep moving forward. All right, another question from you guys in the Instagram audience is this. I think my story would also help a lot of people. What is the best way for me to go about doing that? That was the very same question I found myself trying to ask 5 or 6 years ago. I think the biggest thing that you got to do is you got to take the time to actually write down your story. You can write down different parts of your story, meaning I can write all about the time that I was homeless, or I can write about the time that I went through a divorce, or I can write about the time that I started a company. Each one of these specific areas can be their own teachings and their own ways to help other people encourage you the same. But step 1 is to always take the time to write that stuff out. Okay, so write out as much as you can. My entire set of stories, at least the first chunk of my life, became the Journey Principles book that was released back in 2015. Well, that was a very vulnerable and very authentic version of myself. So number 2 is be prepared to be vulnerable and authentic to yourself. People are tired of fake people. They're tired of being taught by people who are so-called gurus, right? The one thing that you can do differently, and I hope that we're doing well, is take the time you need to be authentic and vulnerable and share your story in such a way that's empowering. The third and final thing that I would do in sharing your story is find 2 or 3 people that you know, like, and trust, and have them read over your story and have them give you ideas on the best way to position those stories to help the most people. Why? Because it'll actually take the emphasis off of making sure you're not using the pain parts of your story to communicate pain. Instead, you want to use the painful part of your story to communicate empowerment. If you do those 3 things well, I think you'll be well on your way. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's Life Mastery Q&A video. We're doing a new Q&A video every single Monday. And if you have questions you'd like answered, simply leave a comment with your question below this video, or email us at questions@journeyprinciples.com. And if we use your question, we'll send you a free gift just to say thank you.